Hey guys, MATM here again today with another video, and today we will be focusing on fasting. I'm sure many of us need to understand what true fasting is. And we'll get into that today. Let's just get straight to the point. So why do we fast? Why do we fast? What is fasting? Why do we fast? All the things around fasting. I'll begin by saying, why do we fast? So fasting is a way of abstaining from food. That's the generic description of it. That's what everyone knows, right? So we're abstaining from food and simply not eating. But the true fasting is really abstaining from food and also seeking God during this moment. It's a way of being humble in the presence of God, of seeking God for whatever needs you might have, of this can be deliverance, to putting yourself out to God, opening yourself and truly being humble in the presence of God. So I'm sure you guys have other questions. For example, why do we fast? So now I'm going to ask Elliot here, why do we fast? So Elliot, why do we fast?
Now that Sultan has explained what fasting actually is, I believe it's essential that we break down and understand why we actually fast. I personally have a very simple definition. Fasting is refraining from food with intent to grow closer to God. And the key word here is intent. What is your intentions behind your fast? Because fasting without intention is simply starvation. When you're fasting, you need to have the understanding in your head that you're refraining from things of the world in order to put your trust and hope in God. And although we may physically be weak by fasting and preventing ourselves from eating food, it's essential that in order for this fast to be effective, that we fill ourselves up with the spiritual nutrients that we need. Whether that's you watching a sermon, you reading your word, you praying, you worshiping, whatever it is, ensure you're doing it in replacement of your fasting of whatever particular thing it is you have put more value in over God. Another reason why we fast, a key example is in Matthew chapter 17 verse 21, when Jesus was with his disciples and they came across a lunatic, and the disciples tried to deliver him and they failed to do so, and Jesus explicitly said that this type requires prayer and fasting. He didn't say it just requires fasting, nor did he say prayer alone. He said the combination of the two, which very explicitly shows us the impact, importance and power of the combination of prayer and fasting. Sometimes we need to fast in order to make ourselves free from any captivity or bondage that the enemy has tried to put us within, in order to gain spiritual strength that we can't receive in any other way. Now that I've explained why, Joel, how do we actually fast?
Thank you, Elliot. Now, the question is, how do you fast? There are many different ways of fasting, but the most important thing is that you abstain from any worldly or earthly things, any forms of distraction like social media. When you're fasting, your objective is to get closer to God, to be able to know how to reside in His presence. In the Bible, it says, when you're fasting, that you anoint your head, that you wash your face, that no man knows that you are fasting except from your Father, because you go to Him in secret. This just shows that the best time to fast and how you fast properly is by going to God by yourself. It's a great way to be able to build a relationship with God. It's one of the most important things in a Christian's walk. We need to know how to pray and how to analyze our Bible and how to create a relationship with God. And the best way to do that is to be able to fast. And the best way to fast properly is to know how to fast. But now that you know how to fast, the next question is, when do you fast? Off to you, buddy.
That's a really good question, Joel. When do we fast? You see, many Christians, they fast because they want something from God or because they want a certain breakthrough. And I guess that's fine, but it's not the only reason we should fast. Now, why we fast is to get closer to God. So why not then time your fasting to the periods of time when you know you need to get closer to God? For example, fasting after you realize that your life's been slowing down in terms of progress, or it hasn't been progressing, or in fact you've gone backwards in terms of the faith. I'd say that's a great time to fast unto God so that you can go closer to Him. In fact, every Christian especially during these end times that we're in now. Every Christian should be making time and making the effort to fast to God, because we all need to go closer to Him. He wants to know every single one of us personally. Therefore, we should all make the effort and do all that we can to grow closer to Him, fasting as often as you can, to be honest. Yeah, I'd say that's a good time to fast. But Ramel, what do you think about this thing as a whole?
Oh, thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, now guys are into the conclusion. I'm just gonna give a brief summary over everything everyone has said. So, Sultan, first person, he says that fasting is abstaining from food with the intent of getting closer to God. Elliot says we fast so that we can grow closer to Him and know Him on a deeper level. That we take away the food and feed ourselves spiritually, that we can be closer to Him spiritually. So, we get rid of something that was close in the flesh and replace it with something in the spirit, such as replacing food with prayer, such as replacing social media with worship. These are two effective ways of why to fast. Jordan told us how to fast. We fast by abstaining from everything to do with the flesh, abstaining from everything to do with the world. We fast by washing our face, anointing our heads, and completely taking ourselves away from things of the world. It says that you should not fast with the intent of to please men. You shouldn't rent your clothes like the Pharisees should do, but you should fast in spirit and truth. Wash your face, look good, be clean, feel good. Like, when you're fasting, don't try and be, oh, I'm so hungry, fast, and just be content with God, because it's through seeking Him that you're able to get stronger. You may feel weaker physically, should I say, but spiritually you'll be as strong as you can ever be. That's why a specific type of prayer is needed to overcome specific enemies, as Jesus said in the Bible. Then Bolly went on to say, when do we fast? If you know that fasting is to become closer to God, then you should position when you fast in the times when you need to become closer to God. Of course, Bolly explained it already, so I'm not going to go over it again. But what I will say is, if physically to grow you eat food and then exercise, and it allows the muscle to grow, spiritually you should read the Word of God, which is our food, Matthew 4:4, and exercise through prayer, through worship, through studying. We do all of those things to exercise it, that we may then grow spiritually. So guys, this is our method on how to grow closer to God. Of course, it is not perfect. We are not perfect yet, we are still growing. However, this is the things that we found most effective and which has worked in our lives specifically. So of course, we would like to say God bless you. Thank you guys for watching. Check us in the next video, and most importantly, follow our new Instagram, where we'll be posting funny things and just showing our day-to-day lives even more explicitly than we do on the Instagram. The Instagram account is called 5 with a number 5, then IVE men. God bless, God be with you. Bye, like and subscribe, and come to the next video if Jesus tarries. God bless. Bow.